Is there anything worse than having to admit someone you hate is not only doing solid work, but doing it better than people you really like? Now, admittedly, I'm not a game developer, but I feel like making a collection of classic games really shouldn't be that hard. You're talking about games that are done, already finished products. They're not 25% complete, 50% complete, 75% complete. They're 100% finished. You just need to bundle them together, get them running smoothly, perhaps on new hardware. Again, since they're not that old though, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Perhaps you got to polish them up a bit in the visuals and audio department and put them in a nice, neat package. Maybe throw some bonus content, new modes, behind the scenes type documentary stuff, whatever. But it shouldn't be too great of a task, especially for companies that are also at the same time making big, new AAA quality games. There's perhaps no greater indicator that this isn't too big of a task than the fact that Konami, pretty much the laughingstock of the gaming community these days, the one company everyone loves to hate, complete incompetence when it comes to doing anything new with their IPs, but they still manage to produce some badass collections, I gotta admit it. They've got the Castlevania collection, the Contra collection. They just announced that new Turtles collection. That really caught me off guard, and I'm super hyped for that. Those are some of my favorite games from back in the day, and that one, had to have some actual work done to get it going because of the licensing and all that. Nickelodeon owns the Turtles. I'm sure there were plenty of hoops they had to jump through to get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed on that, but they did it. Konami is going to be giving us, hopefully going off of, again, the past collections, this high-quality collection of licensed Turtle games that, some of which I thought may just be lost to time. But for some other companies, for some reason, this seems to be a much harder task. Nintendo, I harp on this a lot on this channel. Specifically, my main criticism of them, certainly in the Switch era, has to be their handling of classic games. Now, granted, they're always a bit stingy with older games, trying to charge an arm and a leg for them. All the $60 Wii U ports. Oh, Tropical Freeze was $50 on the Wii U when it launched? Yeah, bump that sucker up to $60. Funky mode tax, you plebs. But man, have they dropped the ball when it comes to the classic games on Nintendo Switch? I don't think there's any way you could argue against it. I honestly, I don't know how it's possible for this company to just have things get worse and worse in this department. Like, you guys did it better on the Wii. Having the games mostly all tied to the Nintendo Online service is a joke, but I was hopeful when the Mario 3D All-Stars collection was, I don't remember if it was leaked or it was just heavily rumored. I was all on board, like, okay, here we go, this is what I've been waiting for. But then, it's like we had the $60 price tag for what was basically 3 ROMs running on emulators. I mean, barely any improvements or bonus features. That music player, honestly, I'd be less mad if they didn't include it. It just felt like such a slap in the face. Oh, here's a big bonus for you guys. You can listen to the music from these games. Wow, there's something I couldn't already do on my phone and wouldn't still prefer to do on my phone. Yeah, no real bonus content or features, just overpriced trash in my opinion. Then more recently, just this week, the subject of much discussion online is the Sonic Origins collection, which is bringing classic Sonic side-scrollers 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles, Sonic CD, and that is coming with a bunch of new stuff, cool new menus, fully animated cutscene, and new modes. Much more interesting stuff than the 3D All-Stars collection, but of course, it just can't be that easy, can it? They had to shoot themselves in the foot. This game has been making more news because of this confusing chart with the different versions as well as DLC, which some of this new content is going to be restricted to. Like I said at the top, this shouldn't be that hard, guys. Now, some of this isn't so bad. Like, some of the stuff on this chart is unlockable type things that, if you get the certain DLC or deluxe pre-order, whatever versions, you kind of just get stuff early. The bonus coins, which it's hurting my brain thinking of Sonic and collecting coins. But yeah, these are something you can just collect while playing the game and use them to unlock things. So you're just getting, a bonus amount to start with. The mirror mode, again, you're not paying for the mirror mode. You're getting these versions and you can have that mirror mode unlock automatically rather than having to unlock it through playing. I'll admit still, It's just dumb confusion. Like everything about this chart, I want to make it clear. I'm not trying to defend it, okay? I think it's dumb. But then more insultingly, you've got hard missions. I believe these are extra, like you're going to get some hard missions in the game, but you'll also have some that are locked behind a paywall. Terrible. The menu stuff just seems so odd to even have tied to any sort of DLC or pre-order bonus. Like, you're talking about animations in the menu locked behind a paywall? I don't even get why. It just seems like one of the most random things. I don't think I've ever even heard of something like that before. On one hand, it's like, yeah, you're probably not missing out on much by not having these main menu features, but then, of course, at the same time, that's an argument for, like, why not just include them with the base version of the game? I'd assume, given the coverage so far, Sega is regretting these choices. Now, I do want to point this out because, man, it seems to make some people big mad on Twitter. I do think the Sonic Origins as a package overall seems way better. It's way more interesting to me than 3D All-Stars. It's crazy for some of you I know that I could possibly call out the dumb shit with this game and still be interested in it. I know some of your brains can't comprehend anything past game good or game bad, but I do have some nuance here. And I do think all the backlash over the dumb chart is warranted. But I do think, and again, this is on fault of the chart, on the fault of Sega for putting the stuff out this way, it's not really clear to people like what is included or how much you're actually missing out on. Like having all those little menu things listed out makes it seem like you're missing out on a lot more content than I think you'll actually be. I hate having to navigate these charts with new games, but with collections, it's extra ridiculous because the whole point of a collection is supposed to be gathering all these games in one place, having them be this ultimate experience for them with an easy single purchase. Oh, I just buy this and okay, now I've got all the best versions of these Sonic side-scrollers. But no, if I just buy the main game, if I don't have the classic music pack, the mega super fun time pack, then I don't have the best experience. It's completely stupid. And like I said, if Konami can handle this concept, Nintendo, Sega, you guys can too. Not to mention how they'll throw in stuff, full games, that weren't even necessary, or that I'd necessarily even expect. Like with that new Turtles collection, I'd expect the NES game, the beat-em-up games of course, but Tournament Fighters? The Ninja Turtles fighting game? Even as a big Turtles fan, as a big fan of these games, I wouldn't have made a fuss, and I don't think many others would have made a fuss if that game wasn't in there, but I'm glad it is. Then again, you turn over here, and you've got the Mario 3D All-Stars collection with no Galaxy 2? I think that, and I've said it in the past, kind of would have worked itself out. Like, if Galaxy 2 was in that collection, and you had those 4 games for $60, I could still kind of see the value being there, even though it was a very bare-bones collection. Like, I think that'd be pretty solid, especially with now 2 Wii games, and then an N64, a GameCube game, I could see it. But no, we have the 3D All-Stars collection, Galaxy 1, but no Galaxy 2. And even with this Sonic collection, again, thinking more in that like random stuff you could have thrown in there, tons of various Sonic games. Like you couldn't have just thrown a Spinball to pad it out a bit. You can play it on the NSO expansion pack though. That was just announced for the expansion pack if you guys weren't aware. And don't even get me started on my favorite collection of all time, the Rare Replay collection. 30 games for $30, tons of all-time classics, all sorts of behind-the-scenes interviews and bonus content included. How do you even compare this nonsense to something like that? You can't. We're talking different universes. And what's nice about something like Rare Replay is it's pretty much a one and done, right? I don't really need anything else like this from Rare, probably never will. But with companies like Nintendo and Sega, I want a ton more of these collections. I want a Zelda collection, a Sonic 3D collection. If I can get Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, I can tell you I'm all over that. So it's like, I really want these companies to shape up because there's so much more stuff like this that I want from them in the future, and I'd want those future collections to be better, to be presented better at the very least in the case of Sonic Origins. And once more, I can't say it enough. If Konami can do it, you guys can do it. Anyway, with that, this video's a wrap. Let me know your thoughts on some of these collection shortcomings from big names like Nintendo and Sega in the comments. Do you think it's crazy seeing them get outperformed, outplayed by a company like Konami in this department? Nintendo getting upstaged by the pachinko machine company? And who would have thought that? As always, I'm the Shy Guy, Johnny Zakari, and thanks for watching.